righty. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our monthly product training here. This month, since we are in open enrollment, congrats on everybody for making it through or not through to open enrollment. Hopefully you guys are off to a great start here. So what we're going to do for this month's training, thank you, Lynn. For this month's training, we're going to train you guys on Allstate's quoting platform, right? The e-app portal. For those of you that have been writing for a little bit of time, right? You guys are going to know this changed, right? We had a different quoting and enrolling platform just a few months ago. And so for some of you, this is a new quoting platform. For some of you, you're just new and this is the quoting platform now, right? So yes, Ken, it is. Yes, sir. And good to see you, man. So we're going to train on our quoting and enrolling platform here. I'll show you guys kind of the ins and outs of it. I am going to be logged into a test account, right? So giving you that a preface there, that means mine could be a little bit slowed down because there are about 50 different people in the company that have access to the same login. As well, since it's a test, could be clunky. So just prefacing with that. But other than that, let's go ahead and get started here, guys, and get trained on this quoting platform. First thing, if you guys don't already have access to it, the website, that is my baby, guys. Yes, that is my daughter. She's a little older now than this picture, but that is definitely her. Yes, I like flexing her. So you can thank you. You guys can go to ngahagent.ngic.com. That is the website you guys can go to get logged in. Now, if you guys need more help getting logged in, like a username, password, things like that, you go to broker support. That's going to be 888-376-3300. They'll be the ones for like login issues, username, password, all that fun stuff. But otherwise, you log in at ngahagent.ngic.com. Okay. With that, I'm going to get logged in and I'm going to log into the test account here. Okay. So welcome to Allstate's quoting platform e-app portal. This is what it looks like. Now, most of you guys are going to be logging in through agent back office, right? And so you see the three tabs up top. I'll even make this a little bit larger for you guys here. There we go. You see the three tabs up top. You've got quote and enroll. That's where we're at right now. Then you've got the customers tab, which really is tied to agent back office anyway. It's a customer lookup. And then you've got your agent back office, which is going to be where you guys might be logging into anyway. Okay. So I'm going to click agent back office. Now, again, mind that this is a test account. This is company-wide use, but this is going to be our agent back office where you guys are going to log into. Okay, so if you log in through here and you want to get into running quotes, you just click quote and enroll up top, and that'll take you into there. If you look up any of your customers in the system, you can also start running quotes and enrolling right through that customer profile as well, and we'll show you that in a little bit. Obviously, your agent back office will have any attestations that need to be completed, so you still need to sign an app, or your customer does. Any policies that are expiring that you need to get re-enrolled. Guys, there's a lot of guides right here, right? So list bill, if you guys are like, well, Nick, what is list bill? Well, that's like writing a group, right? Writing a group on Allstate supplements. Well, there's a guide for you right there. Agent sales guide, if you want to know what products are available in what states, things like that. So guys, there's a lot of stuff available at your fingertips in here. In the quick links too, you've got state availability, senior products, claims forms, marketing material for like brochures, things like that. So agent back office, guys, play around in here a little bit. There's a lot in here And a lot of agents don't know what's all at your fingertips. Don't be scared to click something in agent back office, guys. You're not going to break anything, I assure you. And there's a lot of good stuff at your fingertips here. Okay, cool. That's my 5 seconds on agent back office because that's where you're going to log into, right? From there, we're going to click quote and enroll, and that's going to take us to the Allstate e-app portal. Michelle, you don't always need to go into the back office if it's not defaulting you there first. No, but that is kind of your customer hub, right? So it depends. What hat are you wearing as a business owner today, right? Are you in your admin work today where you're going through sending thank you cards out, making sure customer service, that all your callbacks are completed to your customers, that they've got all their ID cards and all that stuff? Is that what hat you're wearing today? Or are we just in burning and churning on leads and working through enrollments because it's open enrollment, right? If that's the case, you're going to be more in here, right? In the quote and enroll. And so first thing, homepage, you've got the quick quote right in front of you. I need you guys to know one thing about this quick quote. This is a smart quoter. What I mean by that, so I'm going to just put that we're going to be enrolling for January 1st, right? I'm going to put a zip code in Florida there. Now, this is what I mean by smart enroller. If I do about a 40-year-old male here in Florida and I hit quote now, it's going to take me into under 65 quoting, right? You can see it's got short-term medical, it's got fixed indemnity plans, accident plans, cancer, heart, stroke, term life, all that fun stuff, right? For me to run quotes, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to do that same exact thing, and I'm bouncing around a little bit here, guys, so forgive me for that, but do the same exact thing. But this time, I'm going to change the date of birth. Oops, to 1050, no, to 1950. So we're talking to a senior now, 74 years old, right? And now I'm going to hit quote now. This is what I mean by a smart quoter. Our system, if you put in a date of birth of somebody over the age of 65, your products are going to change on the left-hand side here, and it's only going to quote senior products for you, for your customers. Obviously, the questions it's going to ask about plans now as precluders are also going to be changed a little bit here. So first thing you need to know, if you're quoting somebody over 65, it will take you into our over 65 flow. If you're under 65, it'll take you through our under 65 flow. I am not going to walk individually through the senior flow in this training, but I just want you to know it's there. It's a little bit different of a flow, right? Medicare space is asking a couple different questions. What time are we enrolling and everything like that. So just want you to know that's in there if you're ever running a quote for that. For us, before we get into a quote, okay, I want to show you guys everything that's going on this home page. So first thing at the bottom, these buttons, these numbers down here are buttons that you can click to be taken into the menu that it's saying. So policies issued, 479. This would literally take me to all 479 of my customers that have been issued in this test account, right? 69 are still pending review, meaning they're still in limbo. Something's in hold. Well, I could click on that and it would load me into which 69 of my customers do I still have something going on with that I need to look at, okay? Pending a voice signature, that's Medicare space if they need to attest an app using that feature, or 79 still attending that want a signature. So you can go in there and resend emails out, maybe make some courtesy phone calls, anything like that, okay? So understand, that's that bar across the bottom right here. And if you click on those numbers, it'll take you into those customer lists for you, okay? You can also look up application, So any application you've previously done or submitted, you could search it by the applicant's name and just look it up. You can look up proposals that you have sent out and sent to your customer, right? So a quote that you might have sent to a customer, you can load right into that to view it and say, okay, I know what we were talking about, right? So I could search by their name. Mr. Jones called in. Cool, look him up. Yes, I know exactly what proposal I sent you out, okay? Customer quoting links. This is, and Ryan, if you got a question, chuck it in the chat. I'll definitely help and answer it, man. Customer quoting links. This is something scary to show you guys because I do not want you guys jumping in and using this as a crutch, but I do want you to understand the power that is in here in this system, okay? So a customer quoting link. If I copy this link, guys, right here, you see, hit the button copy link for all plans, and I go to a new window and paste it in here. Guys, this is a link that you could share on your Facebook page, that you guys could put behind a button in your signature, right? In your email signature. This is exactly what this link would do. So if you put this link behind a button, this is where it took me to. Guys, look at this. Just without all of the tabs and buttons up top, it has a quoting platform. This is a quoting platform that you can put customer facing, right? Customer facing quoting platform where now your customer can run in here, put their information in, run a quote, and even enroll in a product. And the cool thing, guys, look, see this button up top for agent details? If I click that, it's the test account I was in. So for you guys, same thing. Your information is attached to this, okay? Now, here is my little soapbox on this for you guys, okay? The first thing, do our customers understand insurance like we understand insurance? No. So if we give them the option to go buy, more than likely, they are buying the cheapest option available at their fingertips, and they're not going to put a good supplement package in there to make sure that our customer's protected from the what if, right? So always make sure if a customer's coming in here and running a quote, let me do this for you guys so you can see what this looks like. I'm going to use a different zip code than what I've been using. That's not a valid zip code. Okay, well, let me flip those. There we go, Ohio. I knew that's where I was going. Let me do the 70s here. Oh my gosh, I am just messed up. Let me just do the 70s here. I'm a mid-50. I'll create a spouse and a child on here, and I'm going to run a quote, okay? So I'm going to be Bob Test. We're going to have wife Test over here. And we'll have the child Test too. What year would this be? Let's just do 2005 maybe. Oh, they just turned 18. All right, let's go. God, that ages me. 2005 is 18. All right. So we're in a quote now. Remember, guys, this is customer facing. So my customer, I am running this as my customer, Mr. Bob Test, at home in my pajamas, just running a quote because I saw it in Johanna's email signature, right? Or on her Facebook. So no, we don't smoke in this family, okay? Yeah, we've had insurance. We're just looking for new insurance for January here, okay? Bob's in decent shape. He's 6 foot 190. The wife, let's give her 5'5", 150. Solid 150 here. Are you rewriting Yeah, and guys, this is a rewrite. They have had Allstate with us before. That's why they're pretty familiar with our product. They're going to come in here and view standard rates. They're going to look for a 12-month short-term medical plan. And let's add this to the shopping cart. We're going to skip this because we are a customer. As a customer, I just want the plan I want. I'm not adding any of the good fun stuff, right? And my customer is going to click apply for this short-term medical plan. Of course, they're declining all of the supplements. They want none of it. And Allstate is going to say, hey, sign into your account here. Your customer's like, well, I don't have an account. What? Okay, well, you can register here and sign up. What if your customer gets overwhelmed at this part now and says, I'm not going to do it. I don't want to do it. And they close out. Okay. Well, guys, that's going to, now in your system, how are you going to capture that customer that just went through here, right? They didn't get all the way through an application, right? Do we know, are they in your system for proposals? This is a customer that you're losing if they don't go through that enrollment, right? So guys, you need to make sure that you're able to capture this customer data, that you have this coming to you. And this is why I say, be careful with that quoter, right? Be careful to just have that, and you're going to just kick your feet up this open enrollment, right? And just put that out on everything. You guys need to make sure that you're the one guiding these customers through these applications, through these proposals, because if they're not getting far enough through it, you're not even going to capture their data to have in here, okay? Let's see, created. Well, that's anything that's created, but you've got all these different drop downs in here to choose from, guys. Like, so for me personally, I don't like blasting these links out, okay? I like to stay in control of my flow when I'm working with my customers, okay? It is great to have at your fingertips because, yes, you can literally make money while you're sleeping, right? It is attached to you. You are the broker attached to this quote, but there is so much that can go wrong, and somebody doing that on their own, I'm now not here to help them, okay? So just think about that. That's both sides of the fence on that soapbox that I want to get on for you guys. It's really cool that we have this link in here. I want to be in control of my customer experience when they're running a quote and enrollment. And I want to make sure that we're protecting them right? Which we're going to be able to do better in our hands, okay? This contact us is really more for you guys, okay? Contact us. So if you click individual, you can come in here and do a doctor lookup in the networks. You can file claims, or you can reach out to the different networks or anything like that to figure out information. So that's more for you guys than anything, but that is also in here under contact us. And then forms, brochures, and guys, if you guys need, let's go to Florida maybe. Click Florida. It's going to have our short-term medical brochures, our dental, our fixed, so all of our different products and things like that. You guys are going to have the brochures available to you in those states. So a lot of good stuff at your fingertips. I love the system for all that it can do. I'm showing you everything that it can do. Me personally, I like to stay in charge just running a quote, okay? So with that, let's run a quote here, okay? So 01/01/2024, let's go back to Florida. All right. So you guys saw earlier when running a quote, I just checked the boxes for family members and it pops up that screen for me to add them, right? Well, what if I just do quote now, I don't add a family? You can add them after the fact. So if you just come up here to edit up top, Now we can just go through and add a spouse, add a dependent. So don't worry if you're just being quick and just trying to run a quote and you forgot to add somebody, or it comes up after the fact. You're talking, you know it's a husband and a wife, and then later in the conversation, they're like, oh yeah, our kid, right? Okay, let me get them an input in the system here for you, and then you can save it. Now we've got a family of 3 up top, right? In Florida. We're not smokers. Yes, they've had insurance. And I'm not going to do preferred rates, but if you guys entered information here and these qualifiers qualified them for preferred rates, you'll see this pop up here. Want to see preferred rates? You could say, show me the questions, and there's a few more questions. And if they're no to these, like they're good drivers, they don't take any medications or anything, they can get preferred rates, which is obviously a better rate. No, they'll definitely accept domestic partnerships, Bridget. Great question. Yeah, they'll definitely accept domestic partnerships. We don't discriminate here. So when you're running a quote in here, you're going to see all these different term lengths depending on the state that you're running a quote in, right? It is better if they live together for running the quote. It's not, it doesn't have to be, but it is better to be in the same household, because otherwise you got to come in here and edit the census information separately for them. Okay. So when you're running a quote in here, you see 12 months, 24 months, 36 months. Then we have 12 months, no renewal, 2 12-month terms, no renewal. We have 24 months fixed premium. What does all this stuff mean, right? So big thing right now, guys, is we know that Biden might be making a ruling in the near future here where we're going to be doing away with 36-month short-term medicals, right? Potentially. They might be doing it down to a 3-month. We don't know that for certain, but we assume it's going to happen. So right now, if you're writing short-term medical right now, use that as a kick in the butt to, hey, we need to get these written right now because we can lock you in for 36 months on a short-term medical right now. If you're doing it, yes, Chris, that's fine. Because they'll still, I'm assuming, go to both houses. So big thing here, if you're doing the 36 months, I'm going to show you guys the difference in costs here. Look, 36 months has 2 different ways that we can write a 3-year, okay? You can write a 3-year where they're locked in for the next 3 years, but their rate is going to go up year after year, right? It's going to go up because everybody's going to get re-rated, and you've seen those happen if you've been in the industry. It could be a 20-25% rate jump year after year, right? That's what 36 months is. So for 3 years, they're locked in. Let's say I get them at a $5,000 deductible, 100% coinsurance. So for this family of 3, it's $850 a month. But next year, that rate can go up, right? They can get a 20% rate hike. So that's like $150 more. So now this $850 a month policy just went up to $1,000 a month, right? And then year 3, they can get another rate jump, now about $200 a month. And so now it's $1,200 a month they're paying for the last year, right? But they started at $850. Or you can do a 36-month fixed premium. It's going to make them pay a little bit more year 1 so that you're not going to see that rate jump as much over the next 3 years. So this same one, instead of $850, it's $965, but now instead of it going from $850 to $1,000 to $1,200, they're going to just pay $965 to $975 to $1,000. And so that, to me, is a better customer service flow if we're writing somebody for 3 years or longer. So if you see that available, the 36-month fixed premium, I prefer to write the fixed premium Yes, it's more expensive year one. Your customer doesn't know that if you're not showing them 36-month regular, and it's going to be a much better experience year two and year three when they're not seeing that big rate jump, okay? No, Johanna asked, do they have to keep reapplying each year? No, if you write them on the 36-month fixed, they're locked in for 3 years, so they're good to go. And so that's why I prefer writing it that way, okay? Cool. Kirk asked, is there a maximum percentage rate hike per year? No, it's going to go up with the market. And so it's really based on everybody in that association, in that group. How are the rates and claims this past year? That's going to determine how rates go up the following year. And so, again, normal in the industry, you've seen 20, 25% rate hikes on that. So I prefer to lock in my customer so we don't see those rate hikes, and that's by doing the 36-month fixed premium, okay? So that's how I'd run that quote. Let me even do that right now. So for a family of 3, I'm going to put a $5,000 deductible 100% co-insurance plan in here, $965 a month. Now, what if my customer's like, Nick, that's a little bit too expensive for me? Well, look, we can drop it by just doing a $10,000 deductible. We can shave $265 off each month. $265 a month off for this family of 3 by doing a $10,000 deductible, 100% co-insurance. I'm personally gonna look at that option for my customer, because imagine what I can do with $265 now as far as adding a supplement package, right? And so now I'm going to go in, I'm going to look at, can we talk about a fixed indemnity plan, a fixed benefit plan here for my customer using some of that $265? Well, we could put a value plan on there for under $200 of that, right? I'm not going to add a specified care because I'm being cognizant of my customer's budget here, and I've already used $200 of that. But a fixed benefit plan, now my customer can start getting paid to go and use their health insurance and take care of their health. I love that. So I've paired that in there with it. What about an accident plan? My personal favorite plan enhancer. What did we do? A $10,000 deductible. So I need to match that because that's my customer's exposure, right? So I'm going to get $10,000 of plan enhancer for the family. On this one, I want to add the rider for cancer, heart, stroke, and for sickness hospitalization because it's so cheap. For under $30 more, add it. So look at this, guys. For $45 a month, I've added $10,000 of accident coverage, cancer, heart, stroke coverage, and sickness. So if my customer gets hospitalized due to a sickness. I've also added an indemnity plan on there. So my customer is going to get paid out, get a check in the mail for going to the doctor's office, for anything else that happens. So guys, for under $950 a month, so cheaper than a $5,000 deductible 100% co-insurance short-term medical is on its own, by raising the deductible up to $10,000, I have now been able to build a really good, robust package for my customer that now, when they use their health insurance, they're going to have a great experience using it. How many of your customers have gotten a check in the mail for going and taking care of it, any of the pesky issues relating around our health that we have to take care of, right? Well, that's what this bundle is going to do. And it's coming in cheaper than that $5,000 deductible 100% co-insurance was going to come in on its own. $965 or $942. Look at that. So think about that type of stuff when we're building packages for our customers. Don't be afraid to move that deductible up a little bit because of what it can open up in the budget. and then how we can better build a package for our clients, right? Always be aware and thinking about that type of stuff. And then after the fact, after I have given them a better health plan, which I feel like I've done here, now we can ask the additional questions about your teeth, right? Well, we know 70% of our customers are going to take dental insurance. That's just when you guys all had work insurance through an employer, 70% of you added dental insurance. That's just the national stats. So 70% of the time the customers say, yeah, I'd love to take care of my family's teeth. Okay, we'll add a dental plus. Do you need vision? Okay, if you need vision, do you need glasses every year? Or do you need new glasses or contacts every other year? Depending on what they answer there. If your customer needs new glasses or contacts annually, you're choosing vision level 2. If they don't care, they just want vision insurance, you choose level 1. Okay? And then there we go, guys. Now we've made a package for our client for $1,075 a month for a family of 3 in Florida. And that's without subsidy, that's going to be what they're going to spend on a bronze ACA plan. Okay? So that is how we build a better package for our clients coming into our quoting platform there. Okay? If your client is about 40, like this client is, 40 and over is, for some odd reason, that magic age where we're going to be talking about adding more cancer, heart, stroke coverage or critical illness coverage, right? And so this would be for an extra $50 a month, we can add $50,000 of critical illness coverage here, right? Cancer, heart, stroke. So if they get diagnosed with cancer, heart attack, stroke, things like that, we can go ahead and send you a lump sum check in the mail for 50 grand. Well, the cool thing, it would actually be 60 grand because we already have $10,000 of that built in the plan enhancer coverage here, right? Marcy asked, what plan covers dental and vision? That's right over here under the dental tab, right? So I selected select dental. I picked select dental and I picked the plus, but any of these do. Any of these 5 right here that you see under select dental has it. So as soon as you click one of them, a pop-up would come up saying, do you want to add vision level 1 or 2? And so you're buying a dental, and then depending on which one you pick, you can add vision 1 or 2 right there with that pop-up. And then you'll see it's over here in my shopping carts. That is the dental and vision. For a 36-month short term, they don't have to be concerned about pre-existings for the entire term, right? So Kirk, if they get something after the fact, so we enrolled them, they start January 1st. Now in February, something comes up, they'll be okay. They're locked in on the plan. If it's a pre-existing they had before applying for the plan, we do need to be worried. They might not be able to qualify for the short-term medical, okay? So if our customer liked this package that we put together for them, we could just go right into apply right here, and that would take us right into an application. If they wanted to see what we've put together, we could create a proposal, and this would be something where now we can email this out to our client. This is the only flow I would do this in. Like, I would create a proposal if our client is on the phone right now, okay? Because if our client is on the phone, then I don't mind getting this proposal together, putting my customer's email address in here and sending it to them, because now I'll be able to control walking my client through this, right? So we've put together a short-term medical plan for you that has a $10,000 deductible and then 100% coinsurance. So what that means for you, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, is everything is going to be paid for by the insurance company after you've hit your $10,000 deductible, okay? But the cool thing here, the way we put this plan together for you is for most of the things that we would hit our deductible for, or that we have to have costs on when we're using our insurance, I've made sure that there's going to be extra payouts in your plan for you here, right? So for going to the doctor, your monthly checkups, if you get hospitalized for sickness, for injury, anything like that, we have a plan in here where you're going to get able to submit a claims form and get paid out per each procedure or medical bill that you go and get done. Also, additionally, if your daughter's on this plan, right? 6 years old. I've got a little rascal myself. Heaven forbid she's at that age where she's trying to play Superman, running around your house, jumping from the coffee table to the couch and misses, right? Breaks her arm. Well, heaven forbid, there's going to be a lot of tears. But the cool thing, on this plan, you're just going to pay a $250 deductible. And this plan's going to take care of all of those medical bills that happened related to that accident after that, okay? If you're get into the hospital for anything like a sickness, like coronavirus, anything like that, you're going to receive a lump sum check in the mail for $10,000, okay? We want to make sure that you are focused on getting better and that your mortgage, that all your house bills are taken care of. Heaven forbid you have to miss any work while you're in the hospital, okay? And then as well, any diagnoses for cancer, heart attack, stroke, things like that, you'll also get a check in the mail for $10,000, okay? That will help go to pay down your deductible on your health plan, and that way you don't got to worry about any other costs that might come out of your health insurance. Heaven forbid you have to use your health insurance, okay? So that is kind of what that would sound like, guys, as you're walking your customer through why you've put this here, this here, this here. They can download the brochures, or you could jump right into apply now, okay? So I'm going into apply now so that you guys can see what this is going to look like. I'm not going to go fully through an application, as again, I'm in a test account, but I want you guys to see what this looks like, okay? So you'd come in here, you'd answer the eligibility questions, right? This is private market health insurance. We have to make sure our customer qualifies for these plans, okay? So there was a question in the chat. They had a customer that asked a very specific question, like he cut his finger bad on a tool, went to urgent care, would that have been covered? Yeah, if he had this plan and he cut his finger, that's going to be covered. That's not anything that this plan won't cover. That's what you have health insurance for, right? I don't get what the big thing, guys, customers are going to throw out a million different scenarios. Don't get too hung up in the weeds in the scenarios. Health insurance covers those scenarios. It's if they're hiding some pre-existing condition we need to worry about, right? If they had cancer 2 years ago and they're not telling you about it, right? They had a heart attack a couple years ago and they're being very gentle on the way they're wording their heart issues, right? Or blood issues they might have, right? Those are what you guys need to be worried about, but you're just going to ask them the questions that show up on here. If they answer yes to the question, you know, or no to them, that's them. They answer it and they're going to sign the application, right? So don't get hung up in those weeds too much. Other than that, it's health insurance. It's going to take care of what they need, you know? So yeah, all of that stuff's in there, guys. So there's the eligibility questions for short-term medical. It's going to ask very similar for the indemnity plan access. It's going to ask a couple questions for plan enhancer, the accident plan, and then dental insurance plan, okay? Then you come through, you get the applicant information. So it's going to ask the applicant information, the dependent information, billing. So you're going to enter your customer's billing information there, and then plan and signing. So we're going to review all the plan details, and we can sign it one of two ways. Either sending a PIN code to a customer, so you give them a PIN code, they come in and enter a PIN to attest the application, or an e-signature. You send out an email to them to sign via email signature, okay? Obviously, it's letting me know all the red areas that I have not completed yet, which is all the stuff on the left side over here, okay, before I'm able to go. The client is billed, and it shows it here in the billing screen, guys. You can choose the initial draft. Let me give you guys a pro tip. choose the initial draft today. Tomorrow never comes, okay? Tomorrow never comes. If your customer is telling you, I get tomorrow, I get paid on the first of the month, and look, if you want to be that agent that puts this off till the first of the month, you can. It needs to be drafted before the start date of the plan, so no matter what. But guys, as a general rule of thumb, if you want to be good at what you're doing, if you don't want business to fall off the books, we're taking the payment today. That's just how this thing works. It's so that your plan's in place and ready to go, that you have all of your information and packet mailed out to you with your ID card ready to go for January 1st, right? And just have that as part of your business flow, because tomorrow never comes. And if your customer forgets that they agreed with you to set it up for the first of the month or whatever that is, you can get yourself in some trouble, okay? I want you guys to get as many applications on the books this open enrollment. The best rule of thumb, best course of action, we're going to pull today, because that's when we're coming through and signing everything. That's when you remember that we're working through this, okay? So that is an application process. It says, Kirk asks, what are your thoughts on making calls on a recorded line like we now do for ACA and Medicare? Look, it's a requirement now with a lot of these ACA and Medicare things, right? I would just make it my flow. It's the flow that you're going to go through, and you might write them ACA anyway, right? So you don't know what plans we're going to be writing them. It just keeps you open to being able to do everything. So my general rule of thumb, like, they're requiring it with so much stuff nowadays, why not just make it my normal flow? Because what if the sales flow goes that way anyway? Now you're having to go back and say, well, wait. I got to read you some disclosures now and do all this, right? Patricia asked, for payment, do you recommend bank account or credit card? Always get the bank account, Patricia. Great question. Guys, credit cards expire all the time. They have fraud on them all the time. I have had the same bank account and routing number since I was 17 years old. I'm going to age myself, but that's 20 years. I have had the same bank account and routing number. I've had it so long, I have it memorized, okay? So make sure you guys are getting bank account and routing numbers. A lot of these plans don't have term dates, right? Short-term medical has a term date, a year, 3 years, whatever it is. Accident plans, cancer, heart, stroke plans, fixed benefit plans, they don't have term dates. They will continue going. If your customer continues paying it 25 years from now, you are still getting paid 25 years from now, okay? So very important on that stuff, okay? Let me go back here now. I'm going to save, draft, and exit. Let's do that. This training is recorded, so don't worry, guys. We'll get a recording out to everyone too. Michelle asks, for indemnity and supplements, do the plan rates increase? They can definitely increase. Usually on a lot of supplements, they're 10-year banded increases. So it's from your age 20 to 29, 30 to 39, 40 to 49, but you will see increases on that, okay? Cool. So that is the quoting flow, the enrollment flow, how that all works. The last thing I want to show you guys in the system, if you click on this customers tab and you search for a customer of yours, right? This is a newer feature they built out in here. And it takes a while for me the few times I've ran it. So this is why I saved it for the end in case it does take a while. But this is because I'm in the test account. If you guys search for any of your customers, it is doing an agent back office search of your customer base, okay? And in doing that, you can actually click on any of your existing customers, and from there, you can actually load right into a quote or an enrollment with them. So as you guys have been doing this year over year, it becomes much easier to run a quote or enroll your clients on when it's re-enrollments You'll just be able to come in here and search. Hopefully for you, the system will work a lot friendlier and it'll actually search. And then you can literally, from that customer, just say enroll and jump right into the enrollment. It'll preload the family census and everything like that right into it. So that's a really cool thing right there. Can the client switch plans as a renewal climate? Yes, Marcy, they can. It's still a renewal, but like, yeah, maybe they want to do a different deductible this year, or things have changed in their life and in their health this year. So yeah, they can definitely change plans, assuming that they can still pass the health questionnaire. So a question was asked by Kirk about the pre-populated effective dates. You can just change the effective date, but the system, no, it'll pre-populate to usually the first of the month is what it's going to try to do, but you can change that in the system. And yeah, guys, it looks like it's not wanting to search for me. So I'm going to say, hey, cool. That's what the search does here, though. It'll just pull up pre-existing customers, and then you can just jump in and do enrollments from there, okay? That is my training of the enrollment platform there, okay? So for Allstate, big thing, if you got questions, comments, concerns, especially like if you need login information on it, but questions, comments, concerns, hit up broker support, 888-376-3300. If you have immediate questions right now, I'll stay on the line for a minute or two and answer them, but I just appreciate you guys attending. Thank you so much. And best of luck this open enrollment. I hope you guys are having a great one out there, okay? I'll see you guys.